All right. Got all my things about the lessons. We to give all praise and our glory to Yahweh Bashim and Fire Bashim Kapadash. I born for our apostle of the great meal from that college for truth. Peace and blessings to the sincere alchemists. Okay, I'm the bread you rock away up. I'm great. Let's go by in camp. And I come back to the spirit power, Yahweh Bashim and Shai, and making this lesson. Explaining this lesson, I'm going into how Trump is that cruel Lord that the scriptures speak about. Okay. And Lord has set up this devil, Donald J. Trump, as that cruel Lord that is really, showing the people his true intentions, his horns, man. Okay, a lot of people thought that Trump was gonna come in and save the day and make the economy better, but that is clearly not the case, man. Trump has gotten into office and make things worse. Okay, people have said that he's falsifying the analytics. Okay, when it comes to thievery and stealing. Okay, and also he falsified, the unemployment rates. He was saying that all time unemployment was at an all time low, but the Department of I forgot what department it was, and they came out and said that he had fired her because he was basically lying, and she called him out on it. Okay, so Yahweh Shimon Shai set up this devil, Donald Trump. And as you can see, he is that cruel Lord, that cruel Lord. As soon as he got in office, he was just constantly nonstop signing these executive orders that were going against, the people. And you even have MAGA supporters that were even going against this devil. Okay, even his own kind was against him. All right, people that voted for him are saying that, this is not what they expected. Okay, and seeing what this devil was doing in DC with these, okay, with the National Guard and Jake neighborhood. Okay, a lot of people are not too happy with that, man. Okay, and as you can see, recently the other day, he changed the Department of Military, I think, to the Department of War. You see what type of mindset this devil is in, man. Now we're in a time of war, man. People are saying that Donald Trump is about business. Say, he recently just bombed that drug boat, and people are saying that wasn't even a drug boat, man. But the lies that he spread saying that was a drug boat and this, that, and the third, man. Okay. Continuing on, this is an article and it says Trump says Chicago will find out why it's called the Department of War ahead of plan of crackdown. And as Chicago has always been that state of violence and murders. Okay, he's gonna do the same thing that he's doing in DC, man. Okay, sending in that National Guard. And what is he ultimately trying to do? Create that military state, okay, to where, that government has no power and it's strictly federal, man. Okay. He's getting Jake normalized with having the military in their hoods, man. Okay, and what is that gonna do? Just prepare your minds for martial law, man. Because if you're so used to seeing it, okay, now when he's troops roll in, you're not gonna think nothing of it. Okay, and it says Donald Trump posted a meme on social media Saturday saying that Chicago will find out why it's called the Department of War, that city officials brace for an immigration crackdown. And that's right, man. That Trump has been in office, deporting a lot of these immigrants, Jake, most specifically, man, blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. That's who he's coming after, man. Our people, okay? And and that's why some of our people too that voted for him, specifically Northern Kingdom, okay, thinking that he's gonna come and save the day, and the scriptures tell you that no man shall buy you, all right, and thinking that Donald Trump was gonna come and make the economy better, and that was false. Thinking that he was gonna come and save you from Biden, but that was false. Okay, but now he's coming and signing all these legislations against you, man. Okay, so people are seeing, this devil for who he truly is. All right. Y'all want us to trust in, trust in the system, trust in Egypt. I mean, when the scriptures clearly tell you, woe unto you that go down into Egypt for help, going down to America for all your wants and needs. All right, trying to vote Trump in and all these things, but now y'all seeing his true colors. And that's why the scriptures say to never trust thine enemy. Okay, y'all want to trust this devil, and now y'all being confounded, man. Okay, but this is Isaiah 19 and verse 4, and it says, and the Egyptians would I give over to the hand of a cruel Lord, and a fierce king shall rule over them, saith the Lord of hosts. And it says, I would hand Egypt over to a hard and cruel master. Fierce king will rule them, saith the Lord of armies of heavens. The slucking, say the Lord of heaven's army. That's right, man. And we perceive that cruel Lord to be Donald Trump, man. And you see the tone of Donald Trump, man. He's about business, man. He's doing the work of the Lord, man. Okay, because it's the Lord that set this devil up. All right. And we want Donald Trump to continually keep doing what he's doing, because what is that doing? That's only forwarding prophecy, man. That's only making the return of Yahweh Shah even quicker, man. All right. That's why we say to all about for Donald Trump signing these legislations, man. Okay, because it's only a matter of time till civil war breaks out, man. All right, unjust. Scripture speak about a house divided, and a house divided is now, man. People are not in that United States mindset anymore, man. That American pride anymore. All right, continuing on, this is Daniel 2, verse 21. The said, he changes the times and the seasons. He removed his kings and set up kings. He gives wisdom unto the wise and knowledge to them that know understanding. And that's right, man. That's Yahweh Bashim Shai that set up this devil. Okay. All right. Ultimately, it's the Lord's movie. I just playing that role, man. Okay. The Lord set up Donald Trump to rule in America. Okay. To sign these laws to go against Jake. All right. Because ultimately, the Lord is tired of the two-thirds, man. Okay. That's why he had Donald Trump sent sent the National Guard in DC for you wicked Israelites, man. Okay, because Lord gonna, the Lord's the Lord, the Lord is gonna protect his elect always, man. All right. Continuing on, this is Ezekiel 35 and verse 5, and it says, if thou hast had a perpetual hatred and have shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity and in the time of their iniquity had an end. Okay, and what nation has had a perpetual hatred on us, man? So-called white people. Okay, Esau. They have had a perpetual hatred, and they still do. Okay, they don't want Jake in their neighborhoods. They put Jake in the worst of the worst. Okay, sign laws against, the Israelites, so-called blacks, okay, natives and Latinos. All right. This devil does not like you, man. When that whole jab thing came up, who did he say had to take it first? Our people. All right, this devil's not your friend. Trump was never your friend. All right, and now y'all seeing him for who he really is. But guess what? The men of the Lord been warning you about this devil. Been warning you not to vote. Okay? And you're not and scripture say that you're not even supposed to vote, for another nation that's not like your own brother, man. So you already done already disobeyed the Lord, man. Okay, so when all these things are taking place, when all these legislations and all these troops are in your cities, just rounding up Jake, we say to whatever Shai, because the prophet of the Lord hath warned you of these things, man. Okay? And we've been told you what was gonna happen before it happened. That's the job of a prophet to say before. Okay? We were the whistleblowers, man, the spiritual whistleblowers, giving you the insight before it happens. But y'all don't want to listen. Okay, now y'all seen it for yourself. Okay? That Trump is that cruel Lord that I thought was gonna save the day, but he's only making matters worse and speeding up the time of prophecy, man. That's why we say throughout about Shimon Shai, man. Okay, the Lord is doing this work with Donald Trump. Okay, moving those legislation. Because we want to get out of here, man. Okay, we don't want to see these devils in rulership anymore, man. Okay, but yeah, I came that was a lesson. Okay, and Lord willing, this lesson is edified through the Spirit. Okay, with that, I do want to give all praise and all glory to Yahweh by Senior Saba, Senior Kakadash. Double honor to our apostle and honor to great notion that taught us the truth. Peace and blessings and sincere outcome. With that, I want to say shalom.